Start streaming. Let's see. Alright. And we are live, I believe. Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Outpost. It's been a week. I was out of town on vacation with my family, and had a little bit of time to rest and just breathe from all the stuff that's going on outside of the channel. But we are back. We have a couple of really fun announcements. First things first, we're almost done getting our high rarity, our triple R Varga stuff. I bit the bullet and picked up 2 SR Shoras and an SR Varga to round out the playsets. I have one more Varga coming in, just waiting for it to get mailed to me. But when we have all that stuff in, I'm very positive that I have all the other pieces that I need to get this running, and we will be playing this for a while. I'll be bouncing between this and Luhan for quite a bit while waiting for the Zedline stuff to come in the mail as well. But that is it for that's kind of it. I have done some deck edits for Triumph Dragon, for Also Largest, and for Term. I'll go over those changes really quickly, and then we'll go straight into working on Sarev Sa'el. I want to get as many test decks running as possible so that when Sunday rolls around, I'll be able to just shift between each one in between rounds. So that'll be the main goal. And so far, I think we're doing pretty well. I'm just gonna move all this stuff. Let's see. Yep, so just gotta move this to the side, and then we'll get right into the start deck stuff. So, first deck on deck, I guess, is, where is it? Okay, I guess I'll go with this one first, since it's already here. But this is the the Term deck. There are a couple changes that I want to make to this that I haven't made yet, but I will sort of note them as we're going here. Let me just get this fixed up very quickly. Alright, so, for Term, a couple changes were made since we got the Preciosa stuff in. I think I went over this in the last stream, but just as a recap for myself as well, so that I know what's in here. So grade 3s, we have the other 3 copies of Term. We have 2 copies of Elbert X Striker. So this is the Festival Collection grade 3 for Brentgate, the Soul Blast 1, and it gives itself boost and an extra 2k for the turns, so it's a 15k booster. And then you can remove an over trigger from your drop, and it gets all of your front row units get 5k from the back row until end of turn. So that's really nice. Given that it's all front row units and you don't necessarily need to have something in the front, gives you a little flexibility, and the extra 20k overall power to your field that turn is really nice, on top of having the 15k booster. So that's that. Sorry if I sound very short of breath. My nose is clogged, and I just finished dinner, so my body's still doing quite a few things, and talking is not one of the things. It's not one of the things it's very good at doing right now. But anyway, when we get more copies of it, I will add them in. I'm definitely adding more copies of Swing by Dragon, so when it's placed on rear from hand, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with last term and its card name, you can counterblast 1 to draw. And then, so that's kind of shared through all of the RR grade 2, grade 3, sorry, RR grade 3 support cards for the trial decks. It's some kind of condition, and then you draw. And then the second ability is once per turn, when another unit is stood by your card's ability, you can Soul Blast 1 to give it an extra 2k. Then, if you Soul Blasted a grade 3 or greater card with Asturm in its card name, you can restand this unit. So you get 5 attacks with this card, and it brings Elbart X Strikers over trigger removal up to 25k extra power overall, since you're swinging 5 times, and each time is an extra 5k that wouldn't be there otherwise. So yeah, once I have more copies of this, don't know exactly what I'll be taking out. Maybe it'll be something. I'm not sure yet. We'll still have to figure it out. But anyway, these are the grade 3s. Next, into the grade 2s. This is where I've had the most issues with things. Let's see. Okay, so it's very chop suey right now. The Rebellios are okay because it's extra shield power. The Razor Zingers are nice as well for the early game, but later on, Combined Rusher is just better because it has that flat 10k power always, and, as opposed to Razor Zingers, what do you call it? Requirement to have been restood by an US term to get that 10k. So if I had the money, I'd put in a playset of I'd turn these into Combined Rushers, but right now this is kind of how it is. The Panspermia, not great in here. Kind of had this very short 2-line conversation with Matt, and the decks that heavily rely on Energy Blast just don't utilize these very well, because you're stunting your resources that you should be using towards your Vanguard into using in using these. So I'll probably switch this out for another habitable zone. Actually, with the Rebellios, I might reduce it to 1, or reduce it by 1, and then have a playset of habitable zones, and then maybe getting rid of the refablishment dock as well. It's just a lot of counterblast. So yeah, and the one time that I did try, I did get this on my field. it really did force me to choose between getting that boost or getting the extra US term power. And I guess it's fine. You don't have to. But difficult because I really like refablishment dock. But yeah, it doesn't synergize very well, so I might be getting rid of that and the solid sturmers. I might keep the solid sturmers for now because they are a costless search, and I might even put this to 2. But the problem is we don't play that many orders. We're not an order spamming deck. outside of the Preciosa, and the Preciosas kind of come by themselves. So, I mean, with other things supporting it in the deck. So I don't know if we keep the Sturmers. But yeah, so back to that. These Rebellios will probably become Swing by Dragons. And then in the future, these 4 will become Combine Rushers. And then these 3 here are kind of open for whatever, really. So that's kind of it for this. It's kind of messy right now because I don't have the swing buys. I feel like having the swing buys will give me a bit of a better idea. But yeah, that's it for the grade 2s. Next are the grade 1s. We'll get these out here as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's not many grade 1s. I think we need to fix that. But what we have, well, I guess if our grade 1s are like this, then we can keep the Refablishment dock since we have so many grade 2s. But we have 3 Schwarzer Eins. This gets us our extra draw whenever we play a grade 2 or greater order. I do want to get more Bearer of Interstellar Extinction. When it boosts to rear guard, if you Persona Road Counterblast 1 until end of that battle, your opponent cannot play Blitz orders from hand, and when they would call cards to Guardian Circle from hand, they must call 2 or more at the same time. Just really good. It's really good. Mid to end game pressure because you're forcing extra cards out of your opponent's hand, and you're also guard restricting them in the Blitz orders as well. And then last are of course our Global Mines. At the end of the battle that they boost, if your order zone has a set order, put it into Soul and countercharge 1. Definitely have to do some fixing with this, and then of course the PGs. But we'll see, because yeah, I mean, if you have an Elbard X Striker in the back, then you're kind of fine. Let's see, because you're swinging for on Persona rides. Generally you want a Combine Rusher, Osterm, and then Swing By. You would attack with Swing By for 23, Combine Rusher for 30, swing with Osterm for, let's see, it would be 13, 23 if you searched, be 33, and then depending, let's see, grade 3 turn, Persona Ride, your turn 4, at best you have 3 Preciosas out, so that's an extra 15 on top of that 33, so that's 48 down the middle. Restand the what's it called? Restand the Combine Rusher. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing it like this? Hold on. Let's see. Swing By and Combine Rusher. Okay. If we had 3 Preciosas out, yeah, at earliest this is happening turn 4. So this goes here. Okay. So we would swing for Persona. Let's say we searched because it's only turn 4. We probably don't have all of our stuff. Okay. So Swing by Dragon swings for 23. Or let's look at this with the Elbard X Striker as well. So let's say we had the Elbard X Striker over here, and then we removed an over trigger. So this is like best case scenario, I guess. I mean, best case scenario, you've lost your OT turn 4, kind of sucks, but making the best of a making the best of a shitty situation, I guess. So, Elbard, X Striker, we'll give an extra 5k. Let's see. So it's 5, and even to the Vanguard. Okay, so an extra 15. So this swings for 28. So that's at least one card out of 1 to 2 cards out of hand, depending on what triggers your opponent has. And then we go 35. Because Combined Rusher gives itself an extra 10k, since we have at least 2 set orders. So we got, let's see here. So it's 10, 20, 35. So that's 2 cards. Next is Asuturn. So Energy Blast 4 to restand the Combined Rusher. And we would Soul Blast an Asuturn to restand the Swing By. The Swing By gets an extra 2k on top of that. So let's see. This would be 18, 28, 38, 38, 38. It gives itself an extra 5k for the restand. 5k. This also gets an extra 5k. Oh, yes. It gets an extra 5k. And then these 3 proc as well. So yeah. Okay, so now we get this extra 15. So we go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, and then this goes up another 15k as well. No. I don't have any more blocks. Okay. Whoops. I gotta fix that. Oh no. Whew. That was close. Okay. I need more space in this room. Okay. Alright, so let's see. So Combined Rusher is at an extra 15k on top of everything. So an extra 15k, and then we'll just add the other 10k here as well for the Persona Plus there. Okay, and then Swing By is at plus 17. Okay. So we do our drive checks and we get whatever worst case scenario we whiff. So that's the 3rd attack. The 4th attack, let's see what our lanes are looking like. So this is 13 plus the 2, 15 plus the 5, 20 plus the 10 is 30, 35 plus 15k booster is 45k on this side. And then this one is, let's see, 15 plus 40 is 55. So 45 and then 55. 45 and then 55. And those numbers are pretty good. If we didn't have the Elbard X Striker, let's look at it again. Again, earliest is turn 4. So let's see what we got here. So this swings for 23. This swings for 30. This swings for 33. Restand 38 plus 15. 38 plus 15. 40. Oh no. 48. 53. 53. That restands. Soul Blast. The Asuturn to restand this gets an extra 2. Okay. And then worst case scenario, we don't get any triggers. And then this is 25. Not great. 25, and then this one is, let's see, so it's 30 before any of the pluses, and then there's 4 plus 5s, so it's 30 plus 20, 50. So still decent. This lane does really get nerfed if there's nothing behind it, but it is still, what do you call it, if you can get anything behind it, it does become defensive trigger proof, I guess, since you're attacking with it first, and then at worst you're attacking with it last. So yeah, that's that. One of my main problems right now is that I don't have counterblast. The way that I've built it counterblasts a lot. Oh no, it's not this one, sorry, it's another one that I built. One of the other one of the other startup trial decks that I built. I think it's the also largest one that just has a ton of counterblasters, so I gotta get that fixed. But so far this I need to play around with a little more before I'm satisfied with it. This is definitely the one that I'll be lingering on the most with, just because it is an overwrap waste. Okay. Let's see. Next is this thingy, the Triumph. Oh, there's also largest. Okay, so Triumph Dragon. Triumph Dragon's feeling pretty good. Never calling out. I never call out Keytune Rise. I'm always just energy charging 3. So that's my only comment on the ride line. The rest is fine. The EB2 to draw is okay, and then the energy charge 3 kind of brings that value back. So it's all good there. Okay, moving into grade 3s. Of course, Persona Ride copies. I have 2 Strafe Command Dragons and then 2 Tri-Bashes. The Tri-Bashes are really fun because they force a PG because you're swinging for 3 damage at turn 3, so that's really nice. And then the Strafe Dragons, the Strafe Command Dragons come in handy turn 4 and beyond, since they don't really do anything before turn 3, unless you have a way to put that Triumph Dragon into Soul. But yeah, the extra crit is really good. The draw is really nice. It has put one of the other cards in the deck sort of into question in terms of how useful it is, but I think that there is still a place for it. I'll get into it when I get there, but so far this lineup of grade 3s has been serving me pretty well. Do I run any other orders other than the arena? Before Preciosa came out, I was running. I was testing the Blitz products, since the first wave of support is generic enough that you can run it in Asaterm. You kind of just take the old Welstra ride line and then replace Welstra with the Asaterm, and I was trying it that way with the what do you call it? With the Rick Dom and yeah, the I forgot what the Gundam reference is, but the grade 1 and the grade 2 duo that came out a couple sets later that do stuff on order activation. I think the grade 2 gets 10k when you retire something with a set order, and then the other the grade 1 that I still have in the Asaterm deck. Where's the Asaterm deck? I just have it there. Let's see, where is it? These, the Schwarzers. I was running these with the Blitz orders, but with Preciosa in, it's just you don't really feel like you can do anything else, because you want to get that extra power in as quickly as possible. Because I don't see any other order that you can put in that you would want to play before the arena. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with that right now. Right now, I'm not running anything. I still have the one refablishment dock, but that's it. And that's purely because I have a lot of grade 2s in that deck, and I might be changing that part. So, yeah, other than that, it's just the order, just the arenas for me. Okay, so this is the grade 3s are done, and now we're going into the grade 2s. So the grade 2s haven't changed all that much, except that I have much fewer now for some reason. Well, I guess it makes sense. So 3 copies of Desolate Spark. When it attacks a Vanguard, if you Persona Road, during the turn you can Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and this unit gets 5k until end of the battle. And then your opponent chooses 3 normal units from their drop and binds them. So this, it's a flat out retire and a little bit of power, and the bind doesn't really do anything in a lot of matchups, but there are certain matchups where it does help. Just pinching the drop zone. And now that one of my personal favorite decks, Night Rose, is coming, we're definitely going to be getting a lot of calling from the drop zone. So this can potentially help in a pinch, that extra bind ability. And it's all for Soul Blast 1, so it's not that bad. Next, if I had more, I would run more, but I only have 2 copies of Latifa. When it's placed other than by card ability, if you played it in order this turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with a grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, from them, reveal it, call it to rear if it is a unit, or put it to hand if it is in order, and then shuffle your deck after. Pretty straightforward. Nice little spot call, lets you fill up your field. Just lets you fill up your field a little bit. And then the second ability, basically she gets an extra 5k for every open opponent rearguard circle in her same lane. And a lot of the times there isn't going to be very much in her lane, so that gives her a little bit of extra power. But of course, our main priority is getting one of these out with her first ability there. And then 3 copies of A Serious Fight, Soul Blast 1, retire one of your opponent's front row rear guards, and then at the end of the turn you can discard a card from your hand to put it back into your hand, and then do it over and over and over again. It's really nice. And it's also searchable, so one of the reasons why it's in here. Running, of course, the PGs. I don't have extra Elementarias, so I am just running the 4 PGs here, but if I do ever have to put one in, then I'll just switch one out. Running 3 copies of Olfa. When she boosts a rear guard, if you Persona Road, counterblast 1, and increase the unit that it's boosting's crit to 2, and then drop it by 2 crit at the end of that battle. So that is that's a pretty cool way to set up an ability, and you can also have one of these behind your Strafe Command Dragon if ever you hit a Valnute, and then you just swing for double crit 2 times with with the Strafe command. Next, 3 copies of Drag Raider Shihab. When it's placed on rear, it gets an extra 5k. So it's an 11k body on the turn that it is called. And then early game, when you would ride from the ride deck, you just put it into your soul, and that is the cost of the ride. So nice little card there. Forces 15k guard if your opponent likes to guard early, or you're playing against something that likes to guard early. That likes to guard early. Then it's really good, because if you're going second and you put it behind a grade 1 Vanguard, you're swinging for 19. If you're putting it behind a grade 2 Vanguard going first, then you're swinging for 21. And then your ride for the next turn is guaranteed. You don't have to use anything from your hand, because it just goes into your soul after. So really nice. And it also clears the field for one of these. Fierce Strike Dragon Filling Racks. When it boosts, if your Vanguard has 2 or greater crit, Counterblast 1 to draw. Because of Strafe Command, I'm not sure if I wanted to keep running this because I'm running out of Counterblast very quickly. There isn't very much in the way of Countercharge in the deck. So, yeah, the extra draw has been really nice, but because of the Strafe Commands, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep running these. But the thing is, even with the Strafe Commands, I don't actually play that Counterblast 1 ability. It really is just for that extra crit. So, yeah, but the timing in terms of before or after a Vanguard attack is the same, since in most cases the Strafe Command just gets called out during the main phase, and Filling Rex will get that draw right before the drive check. So they both change the outcome of it in the same way. So I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. I might change it out. I might keep it. Just because I only need one Filling Rex on the field, and I know that I'll be able to draw whenever I want to, versus the Strafe Commands where I have to call them to get that draw. So that's just kind of where I am with it. And then we got 2 copies of Beat Up Draco Kid, so this is the Order Searcher. Gets 5k if you play an order, and then Counterblast 1 to search for said order. And then 2 copies of Togachi Rashi. When discarded during your turn, you can put it into your soul, and it's nice because it's not limited to the ride phase. So if it's discarded at the end of your turn for a serious fight, you get to soul charge the Togachi, and you basically get a soul to soul blast for the serious fight again the next turn. That's it for this one. Okay, next is also largest. So this one I really want to make work because it's cool. Yeah, just running the stock standard ride line. I just changed the grade 0 for the Direful Doll one. But yeah, the draw is nice. The soul charge is okay. It's just soul charge, so not much in terms of what do you call it? Not much in terms of criticism there. Okay, grade 3s. 3 copies of Also Largest to round out the playset. 2 copies of Steam Artist Tilligan. I didn't like Tilligan, but he's alright. When it's placed from soul, placed into soul from rear, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Also Largest in its card name, Soul Blast 2 cards with different card names from this card and draw. The Soul Blast 2 is fine. The only thing that I don't like is that it has to be a different card name from it, which is why I'm only running 2 copies, because I don't want to clog the soul with it, because if I do, then it's not very useful. I think that this is the weakest of all of the support grade 3s, which is fine, I guess, because it's yeah, it's fine. I don't really like this one. This feels like the least saucy of all of them, because what do you call it? Swing by, restands, Strafe Command gets a crit, Viral Core gets what do you call it? Can countercharge. God dang. What do you call it? The Severin calls another thing and gets power. You know, Tilligan just really sucks. I don't like Tilligan. And then, of course, second ability is if you sold last and also largest, it gets 15k, which is fine. But very, very underwhelming, again, compared to what its contemporaries do. But yeah, it's still here. So even though I'm rambling on about it and saying I don't like it, it's still here. Next, this just came in. I just put this in, so I don't know how proven it is yet. I just felt like it would be a fun card to run. Phase Transition Dragon, so when it attacks, Counterblast 1, choose 1 card from your soul, put it into your drop, and during this battle, this unit's power increases by the original shield of the card put into your drop. So if you soul charge your OT and you have this guy in your soul, then you know you're swinging 73k with one lane. And why is that important? Because we have guard restrict in this deck, and guard restrict is great. But yeah, and then you don't even need to remove it from the game. You're just putting it into the drop zone. So you are able to cycle that back into your soul and then proc phase transition again if you wanted to, which is funny, to say the least. And then of course we have our one copy of Time Juret. Time Juret, again, is just for getting stuff into our soul that we want to bring out, and then getting draw for it after. And then we run 3 copies of Cage of Furious Star. So soul charge 1, choose a grade 3 or less unit from your soul and call it to rear, and it gets an extra 5k. So this helps us also just get some of our field out from the soul, since we're only able to call one thing at a time with also largest. Moving into the grade 2s, I didn't have these before, I have them now, so this is the lineup. It's the one Lamina. We have 4 copies of Clean Sweep Dragon, so if you Persona Road during the turn, counterblast 1, choose up to choose up to a total of 3 of your or your opponent's rear guards, and you and your opponent put the chosen rear guards into your own souls. This unit gets 5k until end of turn for each card chosen by this effect. So, not only can you fix your field by putting stuff away that you don't need anymore, like Gungrenums, for example, get power for it, spot remove things on your opponent's field as well, and also, and then, yeah, just be able to use that soul to do other things, like Tilligan, draw, and stuff like that. So that's nice. Yeah, I had to wait a little bit for this. I didn't get it until... When did I get it? Well, I didn't notice that I didn't, basically, it came in while I was on vacation, so, yeah, I wasn't practicing with this, but I have it now, and I'm really excited to play around with it. Next is Full Pigment. When this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Ocelargus in its card name, you can counterblast 1, put another front row rear guard into your soul, and draw a card, so just a nice little bit of draw there. If you pair it with Tilligan, you're counterblasting 1, soul blasting 2 to draw 2, which is nice. Is it sustainable? No, and that is one thing, that is one of my major problems with the deck right now. But yeah, this is it for the grade 2s. Don't have more Laminas, but that's fine. Okay, the grade 1s. Okay, so the grade 1s, we got 2 Rainbow Blowers. So on Persona Ride, counterblast 1, soul charge 1, choose up to 1 card from your soul, call it to rear, and that unit gets, and this unit gets 10k, so she's an 18k body, and she also gets you a card out from your soul for a counterblast. Steam Battler Gungrenum, we've been with him since his Persona Ride days. When he's placed on rear, soul charge 1, and then once per turn you can soul blast 3 to draw a card. So what you can do is spam your field with these, soul charge however many you need, draw off of the draw ability, counterblast 1 with Clean Sweep to put the other Gungrims away, or whatever bodies you don't need on the field away, and then use the other Gungrim to soul blast the things that you just soul charged to draw another card. So that's really fun. Does it require setup? Yes. Yes, it does. So, yeah. It won't always happen, but when it happens, it'll happen. And it'll be nice, because you're just drawing a bunch of cards. Next, 3 copies of Steam Engineer Peperi. So we can only have these behind rear guards. So, yeah, that's why there are only 3 copies. when it boosts a rear guard, if you Persona Road, you can counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and until end of that battle, your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from hand to Guardian Circle. So, again, it's just guard restrict. If your opponent doesn't have Elementarias left, and you have this behind phase transition, and you have an OT in your soul, then this is swinging for 13 plus 50, 63 plus the 10 from the Persona Ride, 73, 81 before triggers and stuff. Oh, 91, because the card that gets called by also largest gets an extra 10k. So you're swinging for a pretty big number, and unless your opponent has a ton of triggers in their hand, that card, or again an Elementaria, then that attack is going through. And if it has crits, then it could just steal a game. So that's where we are with Peperi. And that's the idea behind Peperi, just getting that extra little hula hoop for our opponents to jump through. Next we have Steam Scar Zargon. When it boosts, choose a boosted unit. Choose a unit being boosted by this unit, and basically if it hits, then you soul charge. You take 2 cards from your drop zone and put them into your soul. That's it, and then of course the PGs. Let's go over the triggers real quick, because I forgot what the triggers are in this. I think it is just crits and draws. Let's see, so crit, draws, oh yeah, so it's crit, draws, and then the Galmaga held. Don't think I'll be changing the Galmaga held, if I'm being honest. Not 100% sure, but yeah, really liking it the way that it is now. And that's it for the start decks that we have done. And we'll get into the next one, because at this point there really isn't much more that I can do with the start decks without testing them first. So I'm gonna have to wait till Sunday to play all of these, and hopefully that means that the Sunday stream will be a long, grindy one. Hopefully with not too much pain. But yeah, we're going to move into Keter Sanctuary now. So we have the one super nice looking viral core dragon. I have 2 coming in the mail. Not sure when, but I have 2 coming in the mail, so I technically just need 1 more. I'm probably going to be playing a playset of it, but we'll see. Okay, let me just get stuff out here that we'll need. Let's see, yeah, we can run, I guess we get the painkillers. Let's get the triggers from it as well. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to get the common pieces out first. Oh, and the PGs. Still need the PGs. Let's see here. Okay, we need Sweat Helm, we need Caring Sage, and we need Solo. Perfect. That's Rezael stuff, Warriors, rest, choose 2 of your rear guards. During the battle, this unit boosted. That's pretty cool. So we'll need Resurgent Dragon. Yep, that's it. for the common stuff that we need. Again, welcome to everyone that is dropping by, whether it's on live or in replay. Really appreciate you being here, spending your time with me, and hope that I entertain you even just a little bit, because I'm having a lot of fun just doing this stuff. So I hope it's translating over to you guys as well. Okay, so Forceps Angel, I just need to reread this. If you Persona Road, Counterblast 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 or less unit card from among them, call it to rear, and put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. This unit gets 10k until end of turn. Okay, so just call top 3 during the main phase. Okay, let's see. Okay, Viral Core is so good. It's so good. Okay, and then we're of course running the copy of the Gwendolyn. We need the Gwendolyn because she's our only form of any kind of pressure, really. And if we can pump the Gwendolyn, or actually we don't even need to pump the Gwendolyn, as long as we make the Gwendolyn difficult to guard, then that's all that matters, really. Let's see. I just need to read Sorevzel again. When attacks, it's grade 3 or less from your drop, call it to rear, and it gets 10k. Yeah, okay. Straight and simple. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. Good to know. Okay. So... Let's see. If we're calling from drop, we definitely... Okay. Maybe we'll play the Sadies. The Sadies are nice. I'm gonna boost the rear guard if you have a grade 3 or greater of standing Vanguard. Counterblast 1. Check top 2. Choose up to 2 from among them. Put them on top in any order. I guess we can try running that just for fun. See what happens. Grade 2. Uplifting him with his attacks. Let's see. Let's see now. What are the numbers looking like? So replenishment. Replenishment Angel would be a lane that attacks before the Vanguard. Yeah, when it boosts the rear guard if you have grade 3 or greater standing Vanguard, yes. So it would have to attack before. Forceps could be the Vanguard booster, I guess, and then Painkiller could be the other side. So that's kind of how we want to set up our field. And I think it's simple enough. Not too much. I don't know. We have 2 counterblast outlets, so that kind of makes me not want to run Sadie. But if I don't run the Sadie, I don't know what we run at all in that spot. Unless we just run the Fasado. Do we run Fasados and just keep trying to countercharge? Well, we have the Viral Core Dragon, so we get 1 counterblast back every turn. So I guess it's okay, but I don't know if it's enough. It's a toughie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough viral cores. Let's see here. I need more Severins. Oh my gosh, I need 3 more Severins. I don't think I ordered any. Yes, we need the Martinoa. Okay, let's just count for now. I'll put the Fasados in, I guess, as placeholders for the viral core. Yeah, let's just do that. Put those in as stand-ins for now. Let's see what we're at here. Okay. Let's get rid of a draw. No, we'll get rid of a... Ugh. Yeah. Let's get rid of the draw for now. Keep it as a rainbow. Play it safe with the guard values. Huh? What? Okay. 8. Let's see. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 4 cards short. We only have 8 grade 2s. So let's fill up the grade 2s with something. From your drop into soul, maybe this. We could do truncate breath because it does help us sort of fix the top deck right before we drive check. So that'd be, I guess. Let's put this in. Let's see. Where are the truncate breath? There we go. There's the 4. Okay. Let's take a look and see what this looks like right now. Okay. Alright. So 3 copies of Sword of Cell. 4 copies of Viral Core. I don't even know if I want 4 copies of Viral Core because there's no power. It's just a lot of utility. So I guess we can get away with playing less than a playset and then doing something else with the rest of the deck because that sounds fun. We have Gwendolyn. She's sort of our only form of pressure at all because she does the what do you call it? Must call 2 cards at a time. So it'll help get cards out of our opponent's hands, but I don't know if it'll help us end the game. But yeah, that's it for the grade 3s. We'll really have to look through it. I wanted to run Prideful Dragon, but that requires a field full of grade 3s, and I don't really want to play a field full of grade 3s just for that. So we'll just have to see where we can take this. The grade 2s, not very much in the way of resource usage except for the Sadie. Truncate, when it's placed on rear, look at the top card of your deck, put it on the top or the bottom. If you put your card on the bottom, then you can look at the next card on top of your deck. But it doesn't let you do anything with that second one. So again, just a nice way of being able to fix the top deck before our drive checks, and we can do that off of Saravsal. We can do that off of Viral Core. And we can do that off of regular calls as well. So that's also really nice. And yeah, and it's costless. So that's good. That's the important part here. Next, 4 copies of Hammer Breaking Knight Sadie. When it's placed on rear by a card's ability, counterblast 1, draw a card, and this unit gets 5k. So, again, just gives us more cards in the hand, gives us a little bit of power, nothing too crazy, and it is also not barred behind Persona Persona ride, but we don't really get to call anything before Persona ride with abilities other than viral core. So take that as you will, but still decent card, low on the resource, and decent payout in the draw, and the little bit of power that gets it from a cannot hit by itself to can at least draw a card out of our opponent's hand if they have to guard it. Next, we have 4 copies of Resurgent Dragon. When it's placed on rear from drop, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets an extra 10k until end of turn. Really nice. It's a lot more generic than the also largest. Is it? Let me fact check myself here. Yes, so this requires an also largest Vanguard. I don't run any Spinal Assaulter in Triumph Dragon, but I do have Zinger Razors in Asterm, and it requires an Asterm Vanguard. So this one is very very generic. That it doesn't need a specifically named Vanguard, it just needs your Vanguard to be grade 3. But if it's called from drop, then it gets 10k. So 20k beater, 15k attacker with draw, and top deck manipulation. So that's nice. Moving into the grade 1s, our 4 PGs. We have 4 copies of Painkiller Angel. I've had these just sitting in my storage, and I had no idea that they became so useful. But at the end of the battle, that it boosted Soul Blast 1 and retire this unit and draw a card. So just getting into the deeper recesses of our deck, which is nice. Next, we've got 3 copies of Forceps. So when you I need to breathe. So if you Persona Route during the turn, counterblast 1, check top 3, call 1, and 1 that is equal to or less than your Vanguard, and then put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order, and then she gets an extra 10k. Next, 3 copies of Replenishment Angel. This can probably change, but so far I don't have anything right now that I think would be a better placement here, and it is just a little bit more top deck manipulation. So if we don't have access to our truncates, we can always use the Replenishment Angels to do more or less of the same thing. But yeah, that is it for the deck. The triggers are Rainbow, 4 crit, 4 front, 3 draw, a Martinoa, and then of course the 4 regular heals. I don't have very many extra Keter things because I put all the fancy, expensive, good Keter stuff in my Luhan deck, so I don't have anything to spare. just working with the extra parts here, but I think that this one should be pretty fun as well. Let me actually, let's see, do I have any sleeves? No, I don't have any sleeves yet, still. So, oh no, I do. I do have sleeves, but I don't want to put the Keter Sanctuary in these. I wanted to put the Cristiano deck in these. So, I might just have to wait and do that. Yeah, because I don't have, I don't have anything good for Cristianos, which is the problem, which is a really big problem. But no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll put the Sorrel in here for now. We'll test it this weekend, and then we'll get more sleeves for Cristianos, and I might be skipping Marlene because I just don't have any good lyrical things. I genuinely do not have anything good for lyrical, so well, I might be able to build like a DZ01 only stuff deck with like one random Edelheid in it, but I don't know if I'd be able to create anything like any more cohesive than that. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing the Lyrical Monasterio deck build regardless, just let me know and I'll do it. But if you know, I'm not going to come up with anything decent, then I don't know if I'll go through with it. I might just move on to Varga, because I should have the Varga stuff by then. Hopefully, I'll have the Varga stuff by then. Then if not Varga, then we'll have to do something else. But actually, even with only having 3 poppies, I'll probably just toss the Gratias Verdale in there, and then just run the 3 Persona copies in the cup for now, because I just really want to play that deck. But we'll see. Sorry. That. But yeah, I'm just gonna sleeve these up. We'll do 1 round of test hands. Yeah, we'll do 1 game of test hands. We'll go to like turn 7 or something, and then we'll call it a night there. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone that has dropped by and spent some time, whether it's again live or in replay. I appreciate your time, and I hope that even if you guys aren't in line with the way that I'm building this, that you guys are also figuring out the way that you guys want to build your decks, the same decks that I'm building. And that's the fun part about deck building. You know, you can find a bunch of different ways of putting a deck together. I should really just switch these. Yeah, you can find different ways of putting decks together, and get to explore what is more efficient and what's more high ball or high roll. I mean, I personally just love high roll decks because they're so fun to pull off. I don't what do you call it? If I had to take the consistent route, I feel like I just get bored with a deck very, very quickly. So yeah, that's why I try as much as possible not to watch other deck builds. It's really only when I'm very lost and I have tried to build a deck, and no matter what I try, it doesn't feel right, then I'll check out. Because a lot of the times you can kind of figure out what cards go well together. Since everything in Vanguard, even though it is like nation under nation, you can still kind of tell where the quote-unquote clans are and what works better, and you know, what stuff you can actually splash and what stuff just doesn't work when splashed. So yeah, don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, the bottom line, deck building is fun. Okay, 2 more crits, and then we just need ride line sleeves. Okay. Ooh, these are so nice. These look so nice. I don't know if the camera's not doing it justice, but these are a really cool, like, dark green metallic sleeve. So nice. Maybe I'll have extra. Yes, I do. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Let's see how this feels to play. We'll do one test game, and then I'll call it a night from there. And then I'm not sure if I'm busy tomorrow night, but if I'm not busy tomorrow night, then we'll be back on stream again, doing basically the same thing. And then we'll move on to the Cristianos as well, if we can. I'll go through my bulk tonight, see if we can do anything. Same thing for the Marlene actually. I'll just check for both. See if we can do anything with them. If not, then figure something out to do. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay. We'll redraw these two. Draw one. Okay. And two. That's fine. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Who's going first? This is me. This is our imaginary opponent. Okay, I'm first. Or I get to choose to go first. We'll go first. So draw. Oof. Drop zones are second hand, so we can discard the Sadie to ride Caring Sage. Doesn't do anything yet, so take one. Power, draw. That usually ends the turn. So we'll draw turn 2. We'll discard the draw to ride Swithelm. Let's see. Carrying Sage ability. When it's rode upon by Swithelm, reveal the top card of your deck. If that unit is a grade 2 or less normal unit, call it to rear. If you did not, put the revealed card into hand, shuffle your deck. Oh, choose a card from your hand and discard it, sorry. Okay, so check top. Grade 2 or less normal unit. If you did not, put the revealed card into hand. Okay. Okay, that kind of sucks. Put a revealed card into hand and discard a card. We'll discard the Truncate Breath. We'll call the Painkiller. We'll call another Truncate Breath. So we'll call that. Check top. Front. We'll keep it there. Call the other Painkiller. And we'll get through part of the top deck as early as now. So swing for 18. We're gonna take guard or not. We drive check. We hit the front. Yeah. So plus 10, plus 10. Okay. Goes to hand. Painkiller. Sold last one to draw. Okay. Gets us our Forcept, and then this one over here is 28. At the end of that, we can sold last one, retire, and draw another card. Okay, so we got our first Persona Rai copy. That saves us a counterblast later, which is nice. Okay, so their grade 2 turn, we'll take the first one. Power heal is most likely bad because... Actually, let's see. Yeah, we'll say that they took both. So power to Vanguard. Then we'll just intercept with Truncate Breath. And we'll leave it there. Stand, draw, turn 3. Let's discard the Sadie to ride Sarevsael. Oh, what are we at? We're at... So we didn't get anything turn 1. We got something turn 2. So that's 3. So grade 1... Grade 0 to grade 1, nothing. Grade 1 to grade 2. And then grade 2 to grade 3. Okay, so we're at 6. Okay, so we ride. Swithelm does what? Choose a grade 3 or less card from your hand. Call it to rear. If you call the card, draw a card. Okay, so we are going to call... Oh, damn. Should have kept this instead. Okay, let's backtrack a second. Let's discard a front to do this. So we'll activate Swithelm. Call this. Sadie was called by a unit ability. So we'll counterblast 1. She gets 5k. And we draw. Oh, God. That's fine. And then we'll call... Ooh, we will call the Sarevsa... the Fasado here. Okay. Let's see. What can we call? We can call Truncate Breath. We can call another Sadie. Let's Sarevsael search first. We need that Gwendolyn. Okay. So add that to hand, 10k power. And we'll call the Forceps Angel over here. So that's 15k guard lane. Okay, swing with the Sadie for 15. Swing with the Sarevsael for 23. Skill, Energy Blast 4. To call, we'll just call the Truncate Breath. Truncate Breath gets an extra 10, so it's at 20, and then we check top. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. Okay, so first check, PG, second check, Resurgent Dragon. Okay, we go 20, and then 21. They're probably not going to let this hit, but they'll probably let that have hit, so we're looking at 2 to 3 damage now on our opponent's turn, on our opponent's side. Switch these around like this. Okay, so their turn, we'll take 1. We'll take 2. Ooh. Maybe we'll just, no, we don't want to take 3 right away. Okay, well PG, discarding the Resurgent. And then let's say they hit us with a 30 guard. So let's guard with that. Restand and draw. Okay. Persona, draw. Resurgent. Okay, that's 10k to the front. We'll search for that final Persona copy. Shuffle. Okay. And then this gets an extra 10k for itself, and we're at 4. Okay, Forceps. I think we activate the Forceps now. Yeah, we'll activate Forceps. Counterblast 1, check top 3. Call 1. Okay, we don't have Counterblast, but we appreciate the bodies. We'll put these at the bottom, so it saves us from a dry check. And then we'll call the Painkiller Angel here as well. Okay, so let's swing over here. This is 20... let's see. Yeah, we'll do 28 to force 15. Oh, to force 20. Then we'll attack with Sarevsael. So this is 13, 10 for Persona, and then 10 for itself, 33, 41. Energy Blast 4 to call the Resurgent. The Resurgent gets an extra 30k. Because 10 for itself, 10 for the Persona, and then 10 from Sarevsael. So that's a 40k swing. We'll counter. Oh, and I forgot, this Forceps Angel also gets 10k herself. Okay, so first check. Front. Okay. Second check. Front again. Okay. So this will retire. So last one, draw. Okay. No PGs, so I think we're dead the next turn. But I mean, we hit double front. So let's see what happens. This is 43 plus 18, 61. And then this is 40 plus 20. 40 plus 20, 60. Okay. That's this. Okay. Let's say that they're alive still. We take 1. Nothing. We have not very much in the way of anything, really. So that's 1 attack. That's 2 attacks. 3 attacks. 4 attacks. Consider it like assuming it's a 25k guard. We'll just say that. We'll say that we have survived 4 attacks. So this next turn is where it gets kind of poopy for us because we can't even call. But we'll Persona, draw. Ooh, no. Okay, and then yeah, this is where we die. We're dead. Let's see here. We'll swing with this first. Replenishment Angel skill. Counterblast 1, check top 2. Okay, I'm going to put both to the bottom. Next, 23. First check. Second check. Critical. Okay, all effects. This is 33, 41 with crit on hit. Yeah, so I don't know how much of a difference it would make if these were these right now. Let's see. Okay, it gets an extra 5, so that does do a little bit. 5k if you have a grade, if a grade 3 or greater card was sell and its card name was soul blasted for this cost counter to charge 1 or energy charge 3. Yeah, so this I think definitely would have at least stopped us from going completely bankrupt in energy. But other than that, the deck feels nice. I don't think anything like outrageously sucked. But there are definitely ways that we can fix this up a little bit more. Just have to figure it out, because I don't want to have to pull Teeth Faults out of my Luhan deck to fix this. But yeah, there's going to be more stuff coming in set 2 and set 3 for sure. So just have to wait for that, and these will definitely feel really weird, because people won't want to dismantle their higher end decks just to accommodate for these. I'm among them, but yeah, I'm having fun with these for sure. If you guys have any suggestions for something, let me know. I did want to do a Lagrel variation of this deck where you just play Lagrel and then you call something after. But that's not looking very feasible because there's a lot of counterblast in the deck already. But yeah, definitely need a little bit more oomph for Keter Sanctuary. But yeah, I like it. I like it so far. I didn't think that I was going to, but definitely has quite a bit of potential. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that whatever I'm saying makes sense. That's the number one thing, because I like to talk a lot, but sometimes I ramble on a little too far off a tangent, and I can't tell if it's all still coherent. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that dropped by, and I hope that you have a good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. It's good to be back. The break was nice, but I did miss just sitting down in this cave and playing Vanguard. So yeah, Sunday stream will be back. If I can stream again tomorrow or Thursday, we'll be on then. Nothing in the way of shorts right now. I haven't thought of anything that we can make. Videos, there are a couple of decks that I want to go over a little bit more formally outside of just the stream. As for the games, I don't know if I'll be making game videos anymore. Those take so long to edit because I take out all of the dead air. And one of the reasons why I felt so lazy to do any editing in the first place, I might just keep games stream only and then have them chopped up after. But let me know what you guys think about that setup, because I want to get games and stuff out, but the editing required for it is just asking for an amount of time that I don't have right now to be able to sit down and do all of that. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for for your support and for chilling with me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.